Hi everyone, I was thinking about how to start this video, and in the beginning I want to ask you, what type of person are you? Do you have a positive outlook on life, or do you have a negative outlook on life? What happens when something bad happens to you? When you try and fail and you fall, like do you hold yourself down? Do you keep yourself down, or do you try to elevate and find something positive about the situation, trying to like motivate yourself to keep going forward? This video I want to talk about how to deal with negativity in general, how to fight negative thoughts, and for me personally, it's been a bit easier to deal with the negativity because I'm an optimistic person. I always had an optimistic outlook on life, and for me it's a bit easier to deal with those negative emotions when they pop up, deal with negative people, negative news, negative surroundings, and negativity in general, because I always focus on the positive. But in this video I want to share some advice on how to grapple with negativity and how to build positive habits to elevate yourself and be a little bit, to have a little bit thicker skin for negativity that surrounds you. For me, it's always like the glass is always half full, because I always try to focus on the positive. For me personally, like it doesn't mean that nothing bad happens, nothing ever bad happens for me. Like sometimes I have negative emotions, sometimes I feel sad, sometimes I try and I fail, sometimes I fall down, but I don't tend to keep myself there. I always try to elevate myself. Like for me personally, when I fall, I always try to dust that off and just to keep going, bro, because no matter what happens in your life, it's gonna separate you from everybody else who's always engaging in negativity. Oh, I failed, it's not gonna work out for me, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, etc, etc. So for me personally, it's always been a bit easier to keep going because I always had a positive outlook on my life. Like if it doesn't work out for me right now, it's gonna work out for me later in the future. Like the better days are coming, bro. I always have this in mind because the better days are always coming. Even if you have a bad day today, your good day is gonna come, bro. You just gotta keep going until you reach it. 80% or even 90% of the success when it comes to staying positive, when it comes to obliterating negativity in your life that surrounds you, it's about avoiding it as much as possible. First thing, like if you can avoid it, like you're good, bro. Like you're okay, you're fine if you can avoid it. It always comes down to your surroundings. If you're surrounded by negative people, which like for me personally, like it doesn't happen to me because I'm not surrounded by negative people. Like if I see somebody negative, when I feel that I'm surrounded by people who like gossiping, talking negatively, who have negative beliefs, who like always engage in that hateful self-talk, like I don't want to be surrounded by that. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I don't want to be surrounded. I don't want to engage in that. I just want to be out. Especially if somebody attacks me, somebody's talking negatively about me, bro, I'm out. Like back off. I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't read news. I don't talk to negative people. My social circle is always surrounded by people who support me, who help me elevate, who want the best out of me. This is like 90% of the success. I'm a big believer in the phrase, you reap what you sow. If you're always thinking negatively in your head, doesn't mean that you're not gonna ever have negative thoughts. Like sometimes negative thoughts just pop in my head, but it doesn't mean that I have to engage in that. Doesn't mean that I have to continue that negative self-talk. Reap what you sow. If you're always thinking negatively in your head, I'm gonna fail, it's not gonna work out for me, I'm not good enough, people are judging me, people are laughing at me, it's not gonna work, it's gonna be exactly what you're gonna get as a result. Because if you're thinking negatively, this is gonna be exactly what you reap. You get what you focus on. And I always try to focus on the positive, because if you try to focus on the negative, we always tend to like make a very big deal out of something, even if it's small, something that bad happened to us. At the same time, we miss all the positive things that are happening in our lives right now. I just don't like people who are always negative. I don't like people who tend to see the glasses half empty, because I'm just not built like that. I want to be positive. I want to have positive thoughts. I want to elevate other people, and I want to be elevated myself. And I just don't want to engage in negativity. That's why I avoid it as much as possible, and I try to get used to being grateful for what I have in my life. I always focus on the positive things that happen to me. You reap what you sow. If you focus on the positive, you're going to see your life in a positive way. You're going to be very optimistic. You're going to be very energetic. You're going to go about your life and bring more and more and more positivity to your life. I want you to understand one thing. You are in control of your thoughts. You choose what you think about. I tend to see people who are negative, they just choose to think negatively. Some way, somehow, I don't know why, but they choose to think that way. I choose to think positively. I choose to see the positive side of things. I choose to have a positive outlook on life. Doesn't mean that everything is perfect for me. Everything is 100% easy. Sometimes I try fail, but I always keep going. I always move forward. I always find something that I can learn from the situation, something that is positive, something that helps me motivate myself and elevate myself. You choose what you think about. If you think negatively, that's exactly what you're going to get as a result. You choose what gets inside your head. It's like food. If you eat fast food, you eat trash, this is going to affect your health, your physical health. You get fat, you're gonna be sick or whatever. But if you work on yourself, you choose what you eat, and you eat good. You eat a lot of protein, you eat healthy fats, you eat vegetables, you take care of your health, and you're not overeating, you're not eating fast food and etc. Like, your health is going to be like, you're going to be in very good shape. Your health is going to be fine. The same thing is with negativity, with thoughts. If you're constantly putting something negative in your head, this is going to affect your mental health. The last thing I want to say is love yourself. Be your best friend. Become your best supporting system, especially times when it's hard, especially times when something bad happens to you. You just got to be there for yourself. You got to love yourself. You are a work in progress. Doesn't mean that you're perfect. Doesn't mean that you are in the best shape of your life. Doesn't mean that you are rich and famous, but you're going there. Your better days are coming. If you're thinking positively, it's going to bring you even more and more things that you're going to be grateful for. You're just going to attract positive things into your life. But on the other hand, if you're always thinking negatively, this is what you're going to attract in your life. Try to get used to seeing the positive instead of seeing the negative. Try to avoid negativity instead of trying to engage in it, and you're going to be successful.